Welcome to Ravenheart 2024. I'm joined by the director of Blooming, which has been screening as a part of our sci-fi fantasy block, Ana Victoria Méndez, and her producer Axel Zapién. Welcome
Yes.
to Norway and welcome to Ravenheart.
Thank you
Thank
very
you very
Yes.
much.
much.
So can you tell a bit about Blooming? What kind of story is it? Because it has a lot to do with what do you say, female processes, menstruation, but also with myths.
Yes. I mostly wanted to tell a little tale about fantasy and body horror that show us how hard is the process of puberty and how you feel like a monster and how you don't know what to do with your own body. So I wanted to tell that in a way that was, kind of a fairy tale, because that's kind of something that really marked my childhood, like the fairy tales, the like fantasy stories. So I really wanted to play with that like childish tone. It was really important for me to tell this story because it was one of my biggest fears growing up, like uh, looking at my body changing. And I thought it was something that a lot of women could relate to. And I think that's the most valuable thing about blooming, that it resonates with a lot of people. And I when I show it the first time to the public, a little girl tell me that she was amazed that someone could bring to the screen what she actually lived. And that was very special for me. So that's why I wanted to tell that story.
So how did you come to produce the film, Axel, and what attracted you to the story?
Well, actually, Anita and I we met in the high school, and we shared this idea since the beginning, since she was writing the script, and me and Farid Evangelista, which is the other producer. Um, we love the story since the beginning, and we believe in the talent of Anita. I mean, every part of every single film is a challenge, and in this case in particular, it was the vision, make reality the vision of Anita, the most difficult, because the fairy and the fantasy in Mexico is very difficult to do, and is not very
Affordable.
yes, exactly. So I think that's the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was basically managing to do the story on a budget that you could actually afford.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
But again, I want to speak a bit about the symbolism, because the rose thorns are very frequent symbolism. Could you tell more about that?
Yes, of course. Well, it was kind of a symbolism about how becoming a woman and becoming an adult as a woman, it's really painful, and it gives you yes, a lot of pain, a lot of blood, a lot of challenges, but at the end of the day it's as beautiful as a rose. So I really wanted to use that symbolism because I don't know, I like the rose because it's like a very pretty and common flower, and it's associated with love, it's associated with passion, it's associated with femininity. And but at the same time uh, it's really painful when you touch it. So that's kind of like femininity, no? You can be beautiful, and society has to look at you like a flower. But if you really show those parts, you can like stain them, and well, you can sting them, and it's painful, no? So it was interesting for me to make that symbolism because yes, throughout puberty, throughout growing up, you feel like you can only show like those like beautiful parts, no, like the flower parts, and you cannot show the the thorns. So I have always been more like rebellious myself and more I tend to show more my thorns. So it was important for me to show that part, and also because another important part of the symbolism is that the plant well, the roses grow every time Filomena feels like a desire, like a excitement. So not only did I wanted to experiment with that part of puberty, but also like the sexual awakening. And that's why it all like develops when she has the keys, when she experiments those kind of yes, like sexual first steps, because it's also like when you are a little, well, when you're a teenager, you feel like you're committing like a crime whenever you feel excited, no, whenever you feel aroused. So it was important for me to show that that this plant grows every time she gets aroused, every time she gets excited. So but it's important that we show that humans not only get aroused because of sexual things, but also because achievements, no. So she feels the most aroused and the most excited when she has like this monologue, and she knows she did it well, so it's the most excited part of her life. And that's why the roses grow so much, because she's so uh, passionate about it. And that was another part that was important to me to show that that kind of passion and that kind of excitement comes to us girls not only with sexual tension, but also with our passions, no. And this case was like acting, no. The roses also mean or symbolize that connection with our passions, and how that can make us feel like a real woman or like a real adult person.
Yeah, because there's the play she's acting in. What kind of play was that? Was that something that was written for the film, or did you take an existing play and use it? And in case, what play is it?
Yes, that was like the most difficult part in the writing process, because I didn't know what to use. I was looking through a lot of theater plays,
Yeah.
and it was very difficult. I searched through a lot of Shakespearean plays and that kind of era, but I didn't find something that really expressed what I wanted to express, because I wanted to express like that pain, but also like an ecstasy. So I didn't know what to use. So I talked to the actress, and I told her I want to do this. To do this play, but I don't know what to use. Maybe you know something that could accommodate, because she also understood a lot of what I wanted for that moment. And so she wrote the whole
Okay,
monologue.
she basically wrote the old monologue her
Yes,
monologue herself. Yeah.
but it was kind of a mix between what she wrote and like I adapted that, because she is a Christian. So she wrote that about the Passion of Christ, and I adapted that to a more ambiguous background. So it makes sense with the passion and with the ecstasy part, but it also contains a lot of things that she implemented. And so yes, it was a work between the actress and me. Yes.
Yeah. So how about the response on the film been? Because you're right now on a couple of festivals. How about the response been around the world or where you've screened it?
It has been overwhelming because I never expected to fly around the globe because of it. It is my first short film I've ever directed, so it was like I couldn't believe it, and it's been really emotional for me because while I was studying the degree in film studies, I felt really conscious about what I did, and I thought that it wasn't worth it, and it wasn't worth it to be in the university. But when I did this short film, I finally found the crew and the people that supported my ideas and that wanted to go through all the process with me, no? So it was really special for me since the very beginning, since I found the first two people that believe in the story, or the first three that were my producers, Axel Farid, and also the photographer, the cine photographer, that is Lorena Quachiloa, because yes, I finally thought that it was worthy to take the time and the money to film it. And then when we finally edited the movie and did all the post production, I was kind of confused about what to do with the final result. I didn't know how to distribute it or how to
Get it out in the world. Yeah.
yes, put it out. And then I started to search for festivals, and I look at Film Freeway and a lot of platforms, and that's how I got to a lot of festivals. And I also didn't have a lot of money to submit my film, so I send a lot of emails like, I don't have money, can you please give me a waiver? And sometimes it worked, other times it didn't. But I felt like in every festival that it accept the film, it was for a reason,
Yep.
and it was destiny. So I'm really glad that Ravenheart accepted Blooming, and I feel like it was what the movie was made for.
Yep. So where will the film be screened in the future?
There in Mexico, we had another festival in September that it's called Shorts Mexico, that it's an international short film festival. And then we have another screening with the festival that it's called Dulcísimo Ovario, that is for cinema for and of women. So yes, we still have yes, and also Macabro. that
Macabro,
is-
yeah.
Yes, it's another horror film festival. So yes, we have a lot of screenings in the future. Yes.
So do you plan any future projects now? And in that case, what kind of projects?
Yes. Well, I am currently in the pre-production of my thesis in school, which is going to be a sci-fi. So I hope we see each other again,
Hope so.
because it's about artificial intelligence and the metaverse. So I hope when it's finally edited and finished, we will bring it to Ravenheart.
If people want to know more about Blooming, that see this on YouTube, where can they go?
Well, they can find the Instagram page at enciernes.corto. Also, we have a producer company that it's called 1920 Cine. So you can find us in Instagram with at 19 underscore 20 Cine, or our website that it's 1920cine.com, and my Instagram it's at Ana Victoria Cine, so you can find us there for future projects.
Anna, Axel, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, and we wish you the very best with the film in the future and your upcoming projects.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.